Yeah, you can save time and you can avoid a lot of frustration if you make it easier for yourself. When you're learning Danish, you're thinking, okay, this is hard, that is hard, like the grammar, the pronunciation, these words. But here's the thing, when it comes to grammar, you don't always have to do it from scratch. You don't have to think like every single word. Why is that? Because there are patterns, like sentence patterns. And this is what we're gonna look at today. Now, I talked about this before, but today it's in the form of an app. So I think it's gonna be more effective. You can really see how it works. So let's try the first one. Now, what we got here is lad os, something. Let's do this, let's do that. So you could say, lad os give ham en chance, lad os gå en tur, lad os gå I seng, lad os prøve noget nyt, lad os vente lidt. Let's give him a chance, let's go for a walk, let's go to bed, let's try something new, or let's wait for a bit. So here's the thing, what do you want to put down here? Right? You want to make something new. Lad os, could it be, lad os spise noget lækkert. Could be. Lad os spise noget lækkert. So you have to consider, now this is correct, okay, I'm a native speaker. Sentence grammatically correct, sounds very natural, yada yada. Right? It's also nice because then you can see what the word classes are. What if I made a mistake? You say, lad os drikke, lad os drikke vand. Something seems off about that. Let's get the feedback. What is that? Oh yeah, the problem is I use the present tense. Like, so if you do that, it's not gonna work. Like, lad os, you need the infinitive afterwards. So it would be lad os drikke. That's the thing, right? You gotta have the infinitive. Could be many things. Lad os ringe til den gamle konge. It's kind of strange. Lad os ringe til den gamle konge. It means, by the way, let's call the old king. So it's correct. Right? Ringe da. So you get all the feedback. Because I understand when you're on your own, it can be very hard to think about what's correct and what's right, what's wrong. But, you know, when you have the immediate feedback, it gets a lot easier. Okay, so that's a little bit about layers. What about this one? Jeg vil gerne. Could also be han vil gerne, du vil gerne, hun, vi, de. All these personal pronouns, whichever. So I would like to, or I want to. Jeg vil gerne, what could it be? Jeg vil gerne spise noget kebab. Eat some kebab. Jeg vil gerne møde præsidenten. I would like to meet the president. Jeg vil gerne prøve window. So that's a technical error. It copied the wrong word. Jeg vil gerne prøve noget nyt. I'll try something new. Vi vil gerne fejre jul. Okay, so you could say, jeg vil gerne se, hvor god han er. Right? Now, let's see how good this one is. Sorry, I jumped too fast. Jeg vil gerne opleve det. Jeg vil gerne opleve det. Like, I want to experience it. What do you think? Okay, you look at this, right? It's grammatically correct. Vil gerne, and once again, infinitive. Jeg vil gerne. So it becomes a lot easier for you because you don't have to think from scratch. You just have to put a verb in the infinitive. You already know that these are correct because you got them from me. So if you have something from a native speaker, all you have to do is copy the pattern and then put something in the same word class. Jeg vil gerne se en solformørkelse. Could be interesting. Jeg vil gerne se en solformørkelse. Now, what is that? Okay, yeah, grammatically correct. And oh yes, solformørkelse means solar eclipse. Yeah, sun darkening. Yeah. Now, what about this one? Jeg vil ikke. Nah. Jeg vil ikke. So that's you don't want to, eh? Nej, I don't want to do that. Jeg vil ikke. Jeg vil ikke sidde her. I don't want to sit here. Vi vil ikke smage din ret. We don't want to taste your dish, the thing you cooked. Han vil ikke tale med mig. He doesn't want to talk to me. De vil ikke høre den sang. They don't want to hear that song. Vil ikke. Hun vil ikke indrømme det. Understand? Hun vil ikke indrømme det. She doesn't want to admit it. Grammatically correct. Yada yada yada. Let's try to make a mistake on purpose. Let's see. Hun ville ikke hjælpe mig. It's not that it's wrong on its own, but it's wrong in this context. So it says it's correct, but actually ville is the past. So that's she didn't want to. She didn't. Ville ikke hjælpe mig. Let's say han vil ikke gjorde et forsøg. Han vil ikke gjorde et forsøg. So he doesn't want to make a try or give it a try, attempt. What is the problem here? Well, gjorde is the past tense, so that is did. Or if I said en, I see, that would also be bad. So you always have to be on the lookout. But the good thing is that there are rules, and if you copy something, then it becomes a lot easier. It becomes a lot easier because you don't have to do so much work. Like when you think about it, when you're a kid, like you're growing up, you didn't think of how to say everything, like every single word in a sentence. No, you copied what you heard from other kids and your parents. Now, I realized that, of course, as an adult, you don't have the luxury of just taking like 10 or 20 years to get really good, and you don't like sounding like a toddler or something. But what you can do is you can look at native speakers, Danish people, and be like, okay, maybe I should just kind of copy what they do. So you take what they say, and then you just change it slightly, and that is how you get good. This is going to save you so much time, a lot of time, like so much time. It's going to make it so much easier. What about this one? Jeg har lyst til. Jeg har lyst til. So you could say, jeg har lyst til is. Han har lyst til vodka. Vi har lyst til lasagne. You feel like having something. You're craving. You want it. Jeg har lyst til. So ice cream, vodka and lasagne. Easy. Jeg har lyst til... Hvad kunne det være? Oksekød. Jeg har lyst til oksekød. Alright. Because oksekød is what? Beef. Ox meat. Yeah. Oksekød. Alright. So that is that. Har lyst til. It's very common with food and stuff like that. Alright, cool. What else can we do? Jeg har lyst til noget sødt. Jeg har lyst til noget sødt. Of course, I want something sweet. I feel like something sweet. I want something sweet right now. It's like, like noget sødt. Something sweet. It's so logical. It's nice. It's really nice. Jeg har lyst til at. So this is of course, I feel like doing. Where jeg har lyst til is the thing you want. Jeg har lyst til at is the action you want. Jeg har lyst til at danse. De har lyst til at lege med katten. Hun har lyst til at løbe en tur. So I feel like dancing. They feel like playing with the cat. She feels like going for a run. Okay. Could you say? Han har lyst til at... Hvad skulle det være? Hoppe hver dag. It's a little bit silly, but you could say it. Han har lyst til at hoppe hver dag. Which of course means he wants to jump every day. Like hoppe. Til at hoppe. And you gotta have the at. If you don't have the at, then no good. Okay. Hun har lyst til at rejse. Just something short. Hun har lyst til at rejse. So again, traveling. Grammatically correct. Dun, 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 dun. Easy. Now, a lot of these are pretty basic. Like, I'm giving you vocabulary that most of you already know, but most of you already know it. But the reason why it's kind of basic is because I want you to really think about it. Like, when you're speaking in Danish, like, do you find it easy? Do you find it, okay, like I can summon these words in these correct structures when I need to? Or is it more like you're struggling? You're like, what was it? And then you end up saying something wrong. Again, there's nothing wrong with making mistakes, but if you can avoid those mistakes, then why not, right? Like, that's the thing. So a lot of the time, because I've been teaching for like, I think it's 11 years now. Yeah, a little over 11 years. Like, the mistakes I hear, they come from a lack of focus. It's because as a learner, you might have a lot of words in your head, and when you hear Danish people speak, you can kind of understand it, and especially when you read. But then when you have to make your own sentences, then you're like, oh yeah, which word goes here, and like what comes first, and what verb tense is it? I'm like, save yourself the time, right? Like, I keep hammering this point because it's really important. Okay, næste. Jeg skal. It og jeg skal. One is of course the obligation or necessity. You gotta do it. Jeg skal gøre det. Jeg skal gøre det. Right? I gotta do it. Vi skal selv finde ud af det. Vi skal selv finde ud af det. We need to figure it out ourselves. Du skal betale nu. Du skal betale nu. You have to pay now. So this is the obligation. Could be, jeg skal tage en pille nu. Jeg skal tage en pille nu, which of course means I have to take a pill now. Okay, yeah, that's correct. Yeah. Oh yeah, maybe let me put this little thing on purpose, just in case. So, some people, learners, they get this idea that you're supposed to put at in there. Like I have to or I want to. But skal and vil and må, all these modular verbs, you don't put at after them, okay? You don't say vil at, you don't say skal at, you don't say må at, and so on. So it's pretty important. Så jeg skal at, no, take out the at, right? Jeg skal tage, I gotta take. Jeg skal tage en pille nu. Præcis. Du skal forsvinde med det samme. It's a little bit dramatic. Oh well. Du skal forsvinde med det samme. Which, by the way, means you must disappear right now. It's kind of like, be gone. It's very, very strong. So, du skal could also be like a command. It could be like, you gotta do it. Could also be like, hey, right now, I am telling you to do it. Like, I'm applying pressure. Do it. Right? Du skal gøre det. You gotta do it. So, it depends a little bit on the tone and the context. So, that is jeg skal it. What about jeg skal to? So a lot of people, they struggle with this because they're like, oh, skal, is it about have to or is it about going to? But it's not that difficult because again, context. Look at the context. So jeg skal to, used for future, planned future movement or destination. So if you're going to some destination or various destinations, you could say, jeg skal til fest i aften, going to a party tonight. Skal du til tandlægen? Are you going to the dentist? Han skal flyve klokken 9. He's flying at 9 o'clock. So, jeg skal til fest, because it's a plan. But it kind of makes sense in Danish if you think about it. Because if you have a plan, then you have to do it. Like, not like somebody's forcing you, but just like you put your mind to it already. So in that sense, skal is the same. The problem occurs because in English you are like, oh, is it going to or have to or should or must? It's like sometimes these translations will make it harder for you. You have to think like, why is it this way in Danish? It's not a coincidence, and it's not because Danish people are trying to piss you off or annoy you. it's because it makes sense to us. Skal du til tandlægen? So an appointment. Jeg skal til et bryllup. It's a classic bryllup. Jeg skal til et bryllup. And bryllup is of course a wedding, right? Jeg skal til et bryllup. That's it. Yes. And yeah, you don't even have to say jeg skal gå or tage. Just jeg skal. It's enough. So that's nice. Jeg skal til et bryllup. Okay. What else could you say? Jeg skal op klokken 9. Jeg skal op klokken 9. So again, you don't have to say jeg skal vågne og jeg skal stå op. Just I gotta get up. It's implied. Jeg skal op. I gotta get up. Jeg skal op. But let's get back to the point. Vi skal snart på ferie. Vi skal snart på ferie. Which is of course, we're soon going on vacation or holiday. Vi skal snart på ferie. Because again, it's a plan. So you know it's a plan because it's in the future. If you're going on a vacation, it's yeah, it's in the future. Otherwise, it would be jeg er på ferie. I am on vacation. Right? So that kind of gives it away whether the emphasis is about like, oh, you must, like you absolutely have to, or if it's more like you're going to. But once you get good enough, like you will look back at this confusion that you're probably sitting with right now and you're like, why did I ever have a hard time with that? It's so easy. Because that's the perspective you gain when you get better. Wow. All right, and we have jeg skal nok. It's also interesting, jeg skal nok. And this is one I think that many learners, they struggle with because they look at skal and then they look at nok. And you might know that nok can mean two things. Nok can mean probably, can also mean enough. And so therefore you get confused, like I shall probably, I will probably, what's that, enough? So the thing is skal and nok together, they create a new meaning, which is, as it says right here, a strong promise or reassurance that something will happen. Typically that you're gonna do it, like don't worry, I'll take care of it, like leave it up to me. It's gonna get done. Så jeg skal nok få det gjort. I'll get it done. Jeg skal nok betale. I'll pay. Don't worry, you don't have to pay. I'll do it. Jeg skal nok læse din bog. Oh, you wrote a book, that's cool. Like, I'll read it for sure. Right? Så jeg skal nok is what you say when you want to, maybe not like an ironclad promise, like the biggest unbreakable promise ever, but it is something that is like reassuring. So jeg skal nok tage mig god tid. Jeg skal nok tage mig god tid. Right? So at tage sig god tid, to take your time, your sweet time. Right? Jeg skal nok tage mig god tid. Right? Like don't worry, I'm not gonna rush. Det skal jeg nok. I'll do that. Again, copy this, take it, steal it, rip it, like right here, and just make it your own. Right? Skal nok. Could also say it about a third person. Right? Now this specific exercise I designed with jeg, so the computer might be like, no, that's wrong. But hey, let's test it. I mean, I know better than the computer, but it is pretty smart. Hun skal nok finde på noget. Hun skal nok finde på noget. Okay, so the AI is better than I thought. So basically, if you say it about a third person, it's kind of the same, but of course you cannot promise something on behalf of someone else. But it is still that reassurance. Like, oh, you don't have to worry that he or she will not live up to their promise or obligation. Like, they're gonna do it. Right? Hun skal nok gøre det. Hun skal nok finde på noget. She'll come up with something. Right? So you can say it about yourself, or you can say it about others. But of course, you have to have some knowledge about, whether or not they're reliable or competent. So yeah, skal nok. Like, very good. And sometimes people just say, jeg skal nok. I'll do it. You don't have to say the whole thing. You don't always have to say, jeg skal nok gøre det. It's fine, but you can also make it shorter. Okay, cool. Så det næste er, jeg er nødt til at. Jeg er nødt til at, maybe you know it, is of course I need to do, right? So high level of necessity or compulsion, right? Well, compulsion I wouldn't say necessarily, but it's kind of like that. Så jeg er nødt til at, ikke? The situation forces you or kind of makes it necessary that you do it. Jeg er nødt til at gå nu. I need to or I have to go now. Jeg er nødt til at gøre en indsats. Jeg er nødt til at overbevise ham. Again, we already have most of it. We have jeg er nødt til at, so you just have to put an action after that. Right? Jeg er nødt til at something. What can you come up with? Use your imagination. Jeg er nødt til at købe et nyt dæk. Why not? Jeg er nødt til at købe et nyt dæk. I need to buy a new tire, like for your car or something like that. Nødt til at købe et nyt dæk. So it understands that. Nødt til at købe et nyt dæk. So nødt til is when the situation, forces you to do it. I don't want to say force. It sounds like very strong. But fundamentally that you gotta do it. It's not that you feel the need to do it. It's that the situation makes it necessary. Jeg er nødt til at købe et nyt dæk. Okay. Du er nødt til at du er nødt til at stoppe med det. Du er nødt til at stoppe med det. Which is, so like you need to stop doing it. Nødt til at. And the root of it all, if you really want to think about that, it comes from nød, which is need, like the abstract concept of needing. We don't use it so much in modern Danish, but there are some things that have survived, sort of stood the test of time, like en ven i nød, a friend in need, eller i nødens stund, or something like that, a moment of need, hour of need. There are a few expressions, but that is the sort of the root of it, the history. Nødt til at. Now then we gotta look at jeg har brug for, because people, they always get confused with these. When is it jeg skal? When is it jeg har brug for? When is it nødt til? When is it behøver? And there's even more. So jeg har brug for is different from jeg er nødt til. Do they ever overlap? I mean, you could use them sometimes about the same thing, but they don't mean the same thing. They have a different vibe, as they say nowadays. They have a different connotation. So nødt til is, like I said before, is the situation. Like it forces you to do it. Whereas jeg har brug for is like you feel the need to do it. Right? That is very different. Yes. Used to express a need for a specific thing or person. So jeg har brug for kærlighed. I need love. Jeg har brug for penge. I need money. Jeg har brug for lidt mere tid. I need a little more time. Jeg har brug for dig. I need you. So it's like that. It's very commonly used with the thing you need and not so much the action. Sometimes it could be an action. Like, oh yeah, I feel I need to do this. Jeg har brug for at tale med dig. I need to talk to you. Like, if we do this, I will feel better, essentially. So you could say, jeg har brug for energi. Yeah, why not? Jeg har brug for energi. Which is, of course, I need energy. Right? You could never say, jeg er nødt til at energi, because that would be about an action. and also, energi, because you need energy. Like, you need to feel that energy, right? It's not a situation. So, I say, hun har brug for at høre det. Well, let's do a little tester here, right? Hun har brug for at høre det. And so this is where she needs to hear it. Like if you tell her this thing, she will feel relieved or something good. Hun har brug for at høre det. And of course, brug means use. Brug. So then we look at du behøver ikke at. Now you could also say du behøver at, but it's not so common, because very often when you see behøver, and I talked about this before, it's with negation, like you don't have to. Så du behøver ikke at yada yada. Du behøver ikke at imponere ham. Don't have to impress him. Du behøver ikke at stå tidligt op. You don't have to get up early. Du behøver ikke at vaske op nu. You don't have to do the dishes now. So again, maybe somebody's like, oh man, I'm stressing, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. Like, no, you don't have to do it. Du behøver ikke at, I don't know, være bange, just bange. Du behøver ikke at være bange. Nej. So you don't need to be scared, basically, or afraid. Du behøver ikke at være bange. Yeah, that's what it is. Du behøver ikke at spare. It's a little bit shorter. Du behøver ikke at spare. So you don't have to save. Like typically about money, like, man, I gotta be frugal. I gotta save. Like, no, you don't have to. Right? Du behøver ikke at spare. So this is what you can say, right? When something is not necessary. Super. Behøver ikke. There's also trænger til, but I'll cover that another time, because this is not just about needing. Okay, then there's kan lige så godt. Kan lige så godt basically means might as well. Kan lige så godt, might as well, yada yada something. Du kan lige så godt vende dig til det. You might as well get used to it. Jeg kan lige så godt tage et bad. Might as well take a shower. Vi kan lige så godt bruge tiden fornuftigt. We might as well spend time reasonably, sensibly. Sensibly. Altså, man kan lige så godt hjælpe. You, like one, people in general, might as well help. Why not? So, lige så godt. Jeg kan lige så godt spise den. Right? Maybe you got some food in front of you. You're hungry, it's there. Nobody's gonna eat it. You can have it. Right? Jeg kan lige så godt spise den. Lige så godt. And this is one of those where if you see it the first time, you're wondering like, what is this? Like, just as well? Right? Like if you do a very can just as well, or can straight. Like, lige means straight, even. Like, what is that? So you need these three like as a pair, or these four. Right? Kan lige så godt. Det kan du lige så godt gøre. Right? Du kan lige så godt gå en tur med hunden. Yeah, I should have made this one bigger. It's being cut a little bit. But du kan lige så godt gå en tur med hunden is of course, you might as well take the dog for a walk, or go for a walk with the dog. Right? You got the time, the dog loves it, it's good weather, do it. Du kan lige så godt gå en tur med hunden. Nice. Okay. Then we have, det er tid til at. Now, of course, there are many other sentence patterns I could put in here, so I just chose these. Det er tid til at, it is time to something. Soro. Right? It's time to do it. Det er tid til at spise. It's time to eat. Det er tid til at drikke noget vin. It's time to drink some wine, which by the way is a very strange sentence, but it's fine for practice. Det er tid til at fortælle sandheden. It's time to tell the truth. Er det tid til at gå? It's time to go and go home. So this is pretty easy. Ikke? Det er tid til at gøre en forskel. Why not? Det er tid til at gøre en forskel. It is time to make a difference. Okay. Det er tid til at. Yeah, you gotta have them all. Tid til at. It can sound a little bit tricky because there are a lot of T's here, but it's not that hard. Det er tid til at rydde op. Det er tid til at rydde op. It is time to tidy up. Right? Tid til. So again, tid til at, and then put your own action. Save some time. Det er på tide. Now this one is interesting. It's a little bit different. Det er på tide is basically, it's about time. And like, it should have happened earlier, sooner. You're like, finally. Det er på tide, han bliver voksen. It's about time he grows up. Det er på tide, sommeren kommer. It's about time that summer is coming, or summer comes. Det er på tide, jeg ringer til hende. It's about time I call her. So again, something that just happened and it's like way overdue, or you're about to do it, because finally. Det er på tide. Han has to be something kind of boring. Det er på tide, han tager ansvar. Det er på tide, han tager ansvar. It's about time he takes responsibility, implying that he has never done it before. Det er på tide. So again, be aware of how it sounds, the connotation. Because if you say it all the time, it sounds like like they are never doing it. And like, finally, for once. Right? So be a little bit careful if you use it too liberally. Det er på tide, at... det er på tide, at vi besøger de små ender. Unusual sentence, but good for practice. Det er på tide, at vi besøger de små ender. It's about time that we visit the small ducks. Those ducks. Super. Okay, let's look at this one. Må godt. Må godt is of course may. Like you can, you may. It's okay, go ahead. Må jeg godt kigge i dit skab? May I look in your closet or cabinet? Må jeg låne din computer? That's, hey man, can I? Your computer. Du må godt sove på sofaen. You may sleep on the couch. Han må godt spise din is. He may eat your ice cream. And by the way, what a crazy ass sentence. Man, this is my ice cream. No. Jeg må godt være her, og jeg må godt være her. I can be here. So må is of course about permission. Sometimes you see with God, other times you don't. I don't want to get into all those details now. We can always look that up later. So må og må godt. Right? Må jeg godt spørge om noget? Very useful, very common. Må jeg godt spørge om noget? Basically, can I ask something? May I ask something? A question. Right? Må jeg godt spørge om noget? Okay. Du må selvfølgelig godt smage min ret. Du må selvfølgelig godt smage min ret. Of course you may, of course you can taste my dish, the thing that I cooked. So that is må godt, giving permission, or asking, må jeg godt, la la la, ja du må godt, da da da. It has to rhyme apparently. Okay, then we have må ikke, that's like cannot, you can't. Må ikke. Prohibition or denial of permission. Du må ikke slå. Du må ikke slå. So slow means like hit or punch. It's basically just a way of saying don't be violent. Det må man ikke sige. You mustn't say that. Like that is not allowed. Kind of taboo perhaps. Jeg må ikke sige noget. I can't. I mustn't say anything. Like for whatever reason I gotta stay quiet. Jeg må ikke sige noget. Han må ikke dele den hemmelighed med nogen. Han må ikke dele den hemmelighed med nogen. He mustn't share that secret with anyone. Nej. Han må ikke. Det må du ikke. Nej. Det må du ikke, mand. Forstår? Now I'm gonna test it. Let's see if the computer can get it. Det må du ikke, mand. Forstår du? Nej. Må ikke. Very good. Go say, man må ikke bande. Now I disagree with this. I highly disagree, but some people say it. Man må ikke bande. Man må ikke bande. You mustn't swear. Curse words. Right? Man må ikke bande. So very often in society, if you talk about something that is sort of forbidden, then you say man må ikke. Not that it's illegal necessarily, but just that it breaks the rules. Man må ikke. Cool. Okay, let's move on. Let's go down to jeg er god til. Now, jeg er god til is of course I'm good at. Like, jeg er god til. So this is the subject or area where you're like, okay, cool, I'm good at this. Jeg er god til fodbold. Good at football. Han er god til tysk. He's good at German. So this could be, something in sports or language. Han er god til, could be whatever. Jeg er god til, let's put another language, a language you might not be able to guess on your own. What could it be? God til, all of the languages are pretty easy to guess. Jeg er god til fransk. Jeg er god til fransk. I'm good at French. And there is no at, because at would be for the verb. Jeg er god til at tale fransk. We'll get to that in a second. And it's wrong. It'll tell you. I'll tell you it's wrong. Jeg er god til, what could it be? Matematik. Jeg er god til matematik. I'm good at mathematics. So it's very common also in school. A kid will say, jeg er god til, jeg er ikke god til, jeg er dårlig til, jeg er super god til. This is stuff they're good at. Jeg er god til. Yeah. Now, jeg er god til at. I kind of hinted at this. So that is the action. Jeg er god til at læse dine tanker. A little bit supernatural, but okay. Jeg er god til at læse dine tanker. Of course, I am good at reading your mind. Literally, your thoughts. Læse dine tanker. Okay. Jeg er... Hun er god til at gøre rent. It's almost kind of condescending. Oh well. Hun er god til at gøre rent. Which of course means she is good at cleaning. Yeah, some people are good at that. At gøre rent. Then what if I took out this? What would happen? Hun er god til at gøre rent. It doesn't look right. It ain't right. And we're missing the at. Because we have an action. God til at gøre rent. And also, what if we took out the til? Hun er god at gøre rent. And I can imagine some people making this mistake, because you're thinking like, okay, good at cleaning, god at gøre rent. But no, we don't do that. God til at. Yeah. You get the point. Jeg er god til det. I'm good at it. Oh, I forgot to read these examples. Jeg er god til at svømme. I'm good at swimming. Hun er god til at synge. She's good at singing. Super. Alright, we're almost at the end. So you could say, jeg er ikke så god til at... jeg er ikke så god til at... Jeg er ikke så god til at tegne. Okay, I see. The app telling me no more today. That's fine. Technology has its limits. It has its limits, but we can live with that. So yeah, that was basically what we had for today, right? So like I said, this is the kind of thing that you can do and really, really save time. This is of course a nice little video. You can use these specific examples that I gave you, but you can also just like find a text. Could be from one of my other videos or news article or anything in Danish, and then you take that and then you sort of look at the word classes and you say, okay, this is a nice sentence and I know what it means. I want to make it my own, so I'm going to take out the verb and replace it with something else, same word class. It has to be infinitive if this is infinitive, or present tense if this is present tense, or the adjective. Oh, okay, this is an adjective in plural, or this is singular, or this, what could it be, this preposition, right? Like, oh, jeg har glemt at, or whatever it could be. So you just think of something where you can replace with your own word. It's all about knowing what word class it is. And when you really, really unlock that, you will save so much time. It's truly a hack. Like, it's really a shortcut. Yeah. So I hope you're going to embrace it, because I've been talking about this for years. But I feel like it's easier to show now that I, have this technology. This kind of app makes it a lot easier, so you can actually get the immediate feedback. Right? Very nice. Now, just give me a moment. I'm gonna take a look on the website here. Yeah, we don't need to see all that. Alright. Yeah, so, as always, let me just remind you that YouTube is good, it's introduction, but the real experience is on the website, danishmastery.com. Okay, let me just move this. Now we have to adjust to this website. Oh yeah, there we go. Right. So if you want an experience that is, sorry guys, my voice is all spent for today. If you want an experience that's like, all the videos, not just some of the videos, but all of the videos, and of course, no ads, like no ad breaks, no commercials, and you also want some more materials, PDF files, ebooks, interactive exercises. Maybe you want to decide the topic for a video. Yeah. Maybe you have something you want to turn into a transcript. Maybe there's something you wrote, so you want me to proofread it. This is the kind of thing. Like, this is for you. This is like me looking at something and thinking, how can I make it both serious and fun? Like, it's serious because it's effective, but it's fun because you're enjoying it. A lot of the time, people think that they have to like suffer to make progress, but I don't buy that premise. I really don't. If you go to language school, it's super boring, but there is a better way, and that's the whole thing. Right? DanishMastery.com. Tons of things here in the ultimate tier. We have like we have like different ebooks and some exercises. Look here. Yeah. It's a quite extensive collection we have of many things, and podcast episodes. I almost forgot to tell you. Yeah, maybe you hear like a little conversation and then you want to break it down. I want to read the PDF because it helps. It helps if you're reading like what it's all about, There's so many things you can do with this. Could be rumvæsenet er her. This is a crazy story. But got the translation and everything. You read along while you listen. Good stuff. All right. So that's just a reminder, DanishMastery.com. And in case you don't know, it's that's the wrong one. Anyway, I clicked the wrong one. For those of you who don't know, this is lifetime access. So like you pay once and you have the videos forever. It's not like you have to pay every month. So that's kind of a very sweet thing. Exactly. All right. Thank you very much. I hope that you will look at the sentence patterns from this video and really, try to make them your own. See how far you can get. You can get very far. You gotta put in some time, but we can make it easier. Now, let me look in the live chat. We got Danielle Silver B5Y saying, tak for lektionen, det hjælper mig meget. Det er super, det er jeg glad for at høre. We have Murad Guklu 1952 saying, goddag. Goddag. That's nice, by the way. Goddag, that's kind of like the old greeting. Like goddag, goddags. Yeah, it's a little bit old school. It's cool. I think that's it for today. I think, nothing else to cover. Alright guys, thank you so much. Again, DanishMastery.com. Go there, learn faster, and have some fun. Alright? Thank you, and I'll be back soon.